Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So, I haven't planned a tutorial for today, but thank you to Peter Neumeier to Germany. He donated made a kind donation and asked me if I can show a tutorial to my last picture here, to this one here. And yeah, of course, with a donation I can't say no. So, and he has some things. Here I did this metal part with the volume builder in R20, and he asked me if we can do this without the volume builder too, and yes, we can, of course. And I show you how to make this without the volume builder, and I show you how to make it with the volume builder too. And we render this in Octane, and yeah, the rendering here, so the textures are quite easy. But let's see how long we need. Maybe yeah, I have these textures. Yeah, we will render it in Octane and physical render. Okay. And the next thing here, of course, he wants to know how I did this whole thing here. So, yeah. So let's do it. Thanks again for the donation, and so you see how fast this will go then. Yeah. We start with this metal part, I would say. So let's go to our cinema, and we use a cylinder here, of course. So I show you the way how I do it with the volume builder but not the whole thing. So, but you can see how it works, and then I show you how to model this. So first, I make a copy here. So we don't need any caps here. Here, caps. Yeah, here. It's a little with the layout here for everything, another layout. So for tutorial, another layout is for my work, and so it's every time a little searching where I have something. So the metal part, yeah, something like this. I eyeball it. I do it not. We can change everything later on. So good. If we put this cylinder now in a volume builder, it wouldn't work. I'll show you what I mean. A volume builder, and a volume mesher. We need both. And when I put this cylinder in the volume builder, we won't get anything. 0.5 here. You see, this is not really a nice thing because we have no thickness here. So when we volume builder and volume mesher. Oops. You see, we don't get any mesh or something, so that does not work. What we need some thickness. So this is no problem in this case. We put our cylinder simply in an pi extrude generator. So I select my cylinder, hold my Alt key, that the generator becomes a parent of the cylinder. And immediately we have something, and we have to close, so to create the caps here. And now you see we have something we can work with. I want to go to -2 here, or even -3. We can change this, as I said, everything. And here you see, okay, that does not look really nice here. This is because cylinder has not enough segments here. Give it 200, don't be shy. So now it looks nice, and now we see it, of course, in the volume mesher too. When we go now to the volume mesher, we have a mesh here. You see, it's in A. We can see we have a mesh. Okay. The next step is this simply these things here, these deepenings and everything, and then this grays. This you can do very easy with a spline. So I make a circle spline. Let's see what a circle spline is. Here's my circle spline. I want the circle spline. My circle spline is by default 10 centimeter. This is maybe a little small. Go back to 100 and save it as default. So okay. And I want it in this axis on the floor. Okay, so go to bring back my volume thing here. Let's go to 50. This is exactly what you have here, and bring it in the volume builder. You see, we have something here, and here now I want a bigger circle for the radius here, as a bigger radius. Let's say 2. This is good. I want here maybe more density. So the density is at 2. I think the normal is it at 0.5 or something else. Then you get something like this. You get a 0.1. You get just this. So go up with the density if you are down here. 2 is mostly enough. 3 here, 2 is enough. And we want to subtract this, of course. Go to the circle, subtract. And we have here our thing here. So go to simply up here. You could clone the circles if you want and put the cloner inside, but I make one after the other. So here, but here you have to be careful. You have to, every time you have to say subtract. So take the second one and bring it down. And yeah, and you have to make the same thing here. You see, I have a radius. I want a radius of 2 here, and then this works. So let's make a cloner with the circles. It's easier, I think. So delete this. And my original one, I made a cloner too. So I make here a clone, make the circle a little bigger so I can see it nicer. So make a cloner, Mocraft cloner. Whoops! I hold my Alt key. The cloner becomes parent. Linear is okay, but not so high. Something like that. Then I drag my cloner down a little bit, and let's say I want 4 clones. Boing. Okay. So not so far. Okay, so something like that. Okay. Then that's okay. Then I want another clone. And bring this clone down here. So the circles I bring back to 50. Okay. Now I make a null object and bring both of. Oops, this is the wrong thing. Wow, what's this here? It brings in the OCTANE Rig. Aha. This is a good thing. So I did something by accident, or no need it was, but I don't want this, and so I have a wrong. I did somewhere I did a wrong set to this fault. So this is fault. You can delete this, of course. If you have something like this, you go to not to the picture viewer, to the content browser, and here in the content browser, somewhere you have your own things here, the defaults. Yeah, and here are my defaults. And here there must be something for the null object. Let's see. Oh, the Scene Rig Pro, OCTANE Scene Rig Pro. I delete this. Yes, I want to delete this. And now the null object should work as expected. Yeah, now we have the null object. So if you have something like this and you don't know why it comes in a different object or something else, just look in your defaults in the content browser and delete what you need. So I bring this both in the null object and this null object in the volume builder. You see, we have now everything here, and here now in the volume builder I can say null object. I can make everything together, 2 and subtract them, and I have everything together. And when I now say I want here 5 clones or something else, I don't have to change anything. See, we have here a 5th thing here, but I don't want this, so I need 4, and that works. And now just this around here. For this I make another small cylinder at the side, so I see what I do. A very small cylinder, T for scale, so something like that, small but high, something like that, should be fine. Bring it down here. We have here radius of 2, I'll make here 2 and here maybe 60 or something else. And bring this in a cloner too. But now I don't hold my Alt key, because when I hold my Alt key the cloner would be here somewhere in the middle of this. And this is not what I want. I want the cloner exactly in the middle of the scene. So I go to my cloner. I have the cloner now exactly in the middle. You see it on this cross here, on this axis. Come on, here I need you. Bring the cylinder in. And I want here this radial. And I want radial. So, and you see we have here now nicely our cylinders. I want more. Something like this. And of course now I bring it in the, not in the null. I want here an own thing, so I have the cloner, subtract, and I have here everything I want. And this would be the thing. So we mesh this, you see. Where here we see the density of this could be the density, or this what I told you. So I go to the volume builder null and go here with density up to 5. Let's see if this does something. Not really. Maybe it is not the density, maybe it is our cylinder. Give this more. 500. Does not change anything, but it doesn't matter. We don't need it because I want to smooth this anyway a little bit. So go to my clone. So the first thing here and bring in a smooth layer. And this smooth layer is a little too smooth. Go to my smooth layer and say here voxel distance just 1. Okay, make the extruder a little thicker. It needs a little bit. So, and we have it. Maybe another not Gaussian here in the smooth layer. I take mean curvature. No. Median. No, Gaussian is the best, I think, for us. Yeah, but I'm not sure why we have this. Ah, yeah. I think I know it why. Because of the circle spline. The splines are in uniform just 8, and this is very few. So when I go here up to 50. Now you see, now it works. That's the reason. Yeah, this happens when I don't plan a tutorial. So this is always a little crazy then. So I hope you excuse me. So, and the next part here, a smooth layer on top on it. Not so smooth, so now I take another one. So mean, yeah, mean looks okay for me. And now I want here another spline, so I can take out here one spline and bring it here in the volume builder. So I copied one spline out, and this spline is now here, but turn off the smooth layer and bring it down here. This spline, oops, I want just to move the spline, not the whole thing. So this spline I want somewhere here, and again I want this spline, the volume builder. subtract, of course, and in the options here I want 2, and I have it here above. This is exactly what I want, and one more here and bring it down to here. Something like this. Go down here, subtract, and 2. Maybe this one a little down here again. If you have problems to move something, so like I do here, then just go during your work here, go down with the voxel size to 1 or 2 or something else, and then everything works faster. And then if you, when you go to the final render, you can go up with this thing here. So, okay, I stay with 0.5. And now you see we have a very dense mesh here. So when I in B, a very dense mesh. We have just this one object, so it wouldn't do anything. So I worked with this anyway. But if you have more objects of this or something else, you can go to your model mesher and say here in the adaptive, you can go up here with this. We go just 0.1%, you see, check, check, check. The mesh gets, and and if you render this, you won't see much difference, you see? Yeah, here you see some problems. But if you go down to 5, let's make it with an 8, we should see it. Yeah. This is maybe a bad example. But as I said, it doesn't, here, this would work. And I want these imperfections here, because this should be like a used pencil and not like a new pencil. But okay, let's not. And the first reason why I did this with the volume builder, the main reason, not the first reason, the main reason was because I wanted to make some like this things here that's pressed in to hold this whole thing, and this is almost impossible to make nice with a bool or something else. Here it's totally no problem. What I can do here is I make it just with simple come on, simple spheres here. Go to the spheres. 5 is maybe a little big. 3, and I bring it here on the up. So the cylinder, I could cut it here and make a selection here, but I want to stay parametric. So what I can do is I could clone the spheres on the cloner itself here, on the circle spline cloner. So I clone this one, MoGraph cloner, and I say object, and the object here is the first cloner here to test it. See, we have this one here. This looks very, very, very too nice. Once the vertex exists, we can bring in maybe a random effector. So bring it over the clone. It doesn't matter where it is, just put it over it so I know it belongs to this cloner. And in the parameter position, not like this. Y is okay, but not in the X and not in maybe. So I want it little So what I can do here is take the first cloner here, transform the heading here, that clones everything. Okay, we can take here another random effector. So that stays here. And in this random effector, say rotation just the heading. And now it makes this here. So something like this. And here in this random effector, y-axis, so, but these are too many here, I think. I am on object. Okay, like this. Okay, play here with the random seed, and here with in this one with the random seed. Oops, this here. First bring it here to, let's say, 360. So, and now I can play here with the random seed. Until I like it. So let's say I'm happy with this now. Make it 4. And now I simply drag this cloner again in the volume builder. So make it, close this. This cloner in the volume builder. See, and bring it cloner under the smooth layer, and of course subtract. And you see we have now this one here, smooth layer, and this is how I did it with the volume builder. And now we make it with the, now we model this, but in the last thing, just this spheres, this I make in the volume builder as well, because this is almost, as I said, this is almost impossible with spool or something else, that you get really nice meshes here, or not meshes. Meshes does not matter in this when it should look used. But here, these roundings and everything, you don't get it. But you can do this maybe with an displacement map or something else, or you can make it with a collider. Make a dense mesh. When you make a dense mesh, you can work with a collider and collide it in with some spheres or something else. But for this, the best thing is the volume builder. So let's make this whole thing now let's model this whole thing now. So I delete everything except this. So NB, don't need caps. So the first thing I do is, now I have to make it editable here, so this is the first thing. So make the cylinder editable with C on the keyboard, and then we will cut here some good. I could have done this before, so when I go back and say I want here some height segments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, one more 4, so 1, 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom here. Okay, C on the keyboard, and UL for loop selection. I select the first 4 here. T for scale them together and bring them up a little bit, so something like here. And the next thing is with MS, I bevel it, MS, and bring it something like this. Okay, if we have bevel 2.5, is a little too much maybe, say 2, okay, good. We are happy with this one. The same we do with this down here, UL. So T for scale. I'm going to scale it not exactly the same, so bring it down a little bit. MS, here I can say new transform. Okay. And now I want to work as parametric as possible. So with UL I select this, 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 and this. UL is the loop selection, as you know. Okay, and make a selection tag. So I set a selection. Now I have stored the selection. I say it every time I have it in my toolbar, the set selection. If you don't have it in the toolbar, check, you'll find it here. Okay, the nice thing now is, when I use not this generator, I use the modifier, the extrude modifier, with shift click, the bug becomes a child, and here I can say restrict to polygon selection. Go to here, and now you see, okay, let's see here, -2, and I want caps. Oh no, here I don't want caps, so. Okay, this is this. Nice, easy, and if we put this in a subdivision surface, we get nice, smoothed. If you don't want it so smooth, you go to the extrude modifier and give it some subdivisions. 1 or 2, however you like it, but I think it look maybe 1 is. Okay, and now make this vertical things. Back to my cylinder here. The first thing is I make a loop selection here and make this again a little T for scale and scale this a little down, so something like this. Okay, now I hit I for inner extrude and preserve group off. And then extrude it a little to the inside. Okay. And here I can now make another selection tag. But be careful that this selection tag is not selected, because otherwise you would override it. So nothing is selected. To be sure, I click somewhere and click again over here. Make another selection tag. And this is for these guys. And in the extrude modifier, we can maybe put a second one inside. And you see, that works. That works quite nice. But no, this is not really what I want, I see. Don't think this is what I want. Bring this out again. Something is wrong here. Something I don't like, because here this is inside, it should be on the same level here. Why isn't this? Let's see. Ah, I have the reason. The reason is this one. Okay, that's a little mistake. So what I make now is KL for a loop cut. I cut here. And I make here a cut. And now with UL in the polygon mode. So I have selected the selection tag, so now I want it. I hit UL. With the control click, I subtract the selection. This is what I want. And yeah, and now I want to override this selection tag. So you see it's selected, and now I hit again set selection, and now this should work. So this is okay. And when I put now a second in, yeah, this is now what I want. This is exactly what I want. This is a little too thick compared to this, so let's go again to here. UL. I select this one here and this one, T for scale, and scale them in the right direction. I'm in axis mode, however, don't know. So I scale this up a little bit. Okay. Okay, now let's see what we get when we put this in the subdivision surface. We get this. Looks not really nice. This is very easy to fix with 2 cuts. So go to here, edge mode or somewhere, doesn't matter. KL for loop cut, and make a cut here. Close to here, and on the other side the same. Close to here, and here. And now let's see how it looks. Much better. And we have a nice mesh and everything works fine. Good so far. This looks now like this. And this almost the same. Maybe it's even better with the volume builder. But now we have to make this if you want this with the spheres, this dented things. First we need a little thickness for this whole thing. The good thing now is we can still use here with this bi-extruder here, with the modifier, we can still use a generator. Alt click and generator, and you see that works. -3 maybe, so, and don't forget caps. And subdivision surface. Give the extruder, the generator 1 or 2 things here. And with NA we have wonderful mesh here. As a mesh, yes, we have a wonderful mesh too. Let me go NB, NI, you see? Looks very nice. Okay. And now of course we can put this whole thing, this whole subdivision surface here in a volume builder, volume mesher. So this whole thing inside the volume builder to 0.5. Looks great. Okay, here now we can, we have here a good selection for our things, as you see. I want this, so I want to see this. I don't want this, and we have now here a selection where we could play with the with the spheres. We can clone our spheres on. Oh, sorry, I have to cough here. So let's try this. We need some spheres, and let's see, 3 here, and we clone these spheres. Cloner, and we clone on an object, and the object is this cylinder. And here we don't want on the whole cylinder. Here we have a selection, and here we have this selection tag. Now it's selected here. It's perfect. And we want more clones. On surface count. These are not really much. We have to try to go to the transform, and in the C axis or Z axis, bring it out a little bit. These are not really many, I said. Give us a lot of them. 100. Okay. The reason here is we don't see so many because it calculates for the whole cylinder, and but shows just these ones on the selection. But this seems to be fine. So I go to the volume measure, bring in the cloner, volume measure and subdivision surface on, and the volume builder, the cloner will be subtracted. Let's see, okay, that works. Make here 5, and we have this dents here. Okay, that's it. I think honestly this is maybe the better way. First model everything and then put it in, but both ways are good. In the volume builder it's easier to change something later on, of course, because you can change everything in the volume builder later. Here we cannot change the count of the cylinders here or something else. In volume builder we can change everything. Good. We are happy with this one. So what I do now, bring it in the volume measure. Whoops. I see we have a very dense mesh. And make it maybe a little less dense. But as I said, it does not really matter because we have just this one object. Let's see how this looks when it's rendered. Okay, maybe we can go up with the 1%, 5%, render it. If I start to see artifacts or something else, then I stop. Yeah, here I see the artifacts. This is too much. Because I could, no, yeah, this is okay. I know, you know what, I let it like it is. So that we need just this one. What we can try is I make now from this volume measure, say current state to object. You can right click on current state to object on the object. This is the same. That makes it so and select all this and some. And here I can try now a polygon reduction. If I want less polygons, so as I said, I do not really care, but we can try a polygon reduction. It can need a little time. You see here, reducing polygons, 90%. Here you see, 90%. To get something like this, but don't like this, so I have to say polygon quality preservation. Wait a little bit again. And calculate. Of course, it's on your PC how long this needs. Okay. Now let's render this and let's see how this works. It reduces the polygons again before it renders. But we can, whenever I say this is okay, then we make another current state to object and that's it. But this is totally not okay. So for me it's clear, I stay with this. I give this volume measure, so this metal part, I give it a display tag and say just garrow shading, and I don't see any lines or something else, and I am happy with it. Good. So we have 40 minutes. Okay, I showed two ways here. The next step, the volume measure we don't need anymore. So yeah, the patrons can already download the whole project file on my Patreon site. So and there you will find two versions, one for Octane and one for the physical render. And you find 4 versions. You find one for the Octane with volume measure and without volume measure. So the volume measure is converted already in this without, because this is for people who have not the R20, so they don't have the volume measure. And you will find, of course, for the physical render the same, with and without volume measure. Good. So I can delete it here. So next step, I want this on the floor, 90 degrees. So then I bring it to the floor. This is drop to floor. This is a free plugin. You find it in the description. So, and now we make, yeah, I did not make the whole pencil. I just made, I was very lazy. I made just a cylinder here, and I don't see the whole pencil. Why should I model it? So, NA or NB, NI, NH here, so to see my normal things. Okay, along the C-axis, no, along the X-axis. Okay, and I make it, bring it as a child of this metal part, and I do this because when I say now reset PSR on this cylinder, it goes exactly on the same position as the metal part is. So as child of the reset PSR, okay, this is okay, but I have to make okay 90%. So I'm exactly the same position now, and this is exactly what I want. So make it longer and bring it somewhere like here, and I want only 6 segments here. Then I want it smaller. Boing, boing. So I'll make it 1 boing more. So we are on the edges here. That's okay. That's fine. And this is all we see. So why should I model the whole? So this is something we see, and why should I model the whole thing? So okay, let's bring away the metal part for the second. We don't need caps. We don't see it. And I want this rounded, so I want later on to texture it here on the edges black and the other things red. So I have to make it editable, this cylinder. So hit C on the keyboard. Now I bring in a bevel deformer, hold shift key, so it becomes child of this. And I see this is too small. I want it a little more. This maybe, yes, okay. Yeah, that looks okay. And I make this whole thing current state to object, or edit optimize or something else. Well, let's say current state to object. So, and I can delete these guys here. Now, if I'm lucky, when I go to the Polygon Selection, I have a selection here, and this is selects exactly what I not need. I need the other one. So with UI I can invert the selection, and again I make a selection tag. So this is the black part of my pencil here. Oh, I should save this. So, save, no, not here. Descript temp. Here somewhere. Pencil. Okay. Now let's make the rubber part. This is a very easy thing too, of course. We can make another cylinder. When I would be clever, I would have done this before. So when I make a cylinder, make a second one, but doesn't matter. I am not clever, it seems. So bring it back to here, reset PSR, quang. Here I need this cap, so I need the caps. Make it a little smaller. So let's go to okay, looks good. So something like that. Cap, fillet cap, and make the rubber however you like it. So this is very hard thing. I even did it with, I think, with 6 sides thing, and we put it in a subdivision surface on my original, but here it doesn't matter. We don't use in the subdivision surface or something, so it doesn't matter here. With the triangles, we can be a little sloppy here. And this is our pen, Ziel. And now let's make this thing with the hole. First, to see something. So, yeah, how do we do this? Yeah, let's texture it at the end, so then I can make this. Make first the whole scene and then we texture it at the end. Here we need, of course, something for the floor. I think a plane. T for scale, scale it up, so it's quite big. So, and let's see. The scene will be a 60:9 scene, so let's make here all 16:9 means 280 here, so okay. Lock ratio, that's okay. And I want this darker here with Control D. I go to my project. This is the wrong one. With Shift V, I go to my view. Shift V is the viewport setting, and here the opacity 90, so I see exactly where am I. So the floor is maybe a little too big because I want to make of one of these of these quads. Want to make the hole out of it. So T for scale and scale it down a little bit. So something like this. With here, and let's say this will be our hole here. Like down. So yeah, we can do this later, but here I want to make my hole. Or here. Doesn't matter. We can place our pencil later on where we want. So to make this, I have to make here the plane editable, C on the keyboard. And now I make here in this one I want to make a hole. Good. I for inner extrude, and I inner extrude it a little bit, so this doesn't, it's okay. Now I go in point mode, select these 4 points, and now with MQ, is stitch and sew, you see it, just MQ and click somewhere, and now we have here this is 1 point, you see, just 1 point. Now with MS I bevel this point, MS, and you see, okay, it looks like before. Yeah, not really, because with MS, with the bevel, I can make subdivisions. This is exactly what I need. I need one subdivision here, make depth. See, that looks more like a hole. But I don't want to use yeah, I could use here subdivision surface, but I don't want. I make a lot of subdivisions here until I have a nice round hole. Okay, this looks good. And I don't have to care about anything here because, as I said, we don't use subdivision surface. So okay, I'm happy with this. Go to the polygon mode and delete the polygons here. Whoops. 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 Not you. So UF for field selection. It would be easier to make it like this. So. And now with UI. Oh no, not UI. Now a field selection. UF. And now click just on this field selection. Then you have everything. And delete it. No, not all. Just this here, not all. I said not all, just this here. So because with the shift key I click just on the polygon. Now delete it. What's wrong? Hey, don't make me angry. So okay, good. Next step. I put this plane in an extrude generator. Go down here, somewhere like here, and see, create caps. We have a nice hole here. And yeah, this is the easy part. It's everything easy, but now we make these sheets. Of course, we could make this all editable and make a selection tag and make here then with a displacement map, or with if we don't need the displacement, with a normal or bump mapping, we could make these sheet things. But it does not look so, and I want to work with hair too, and so the first thing I do now is I make here the current state object, but not for the I stay with this, but not for the moment. Here I only want, with in the polygon mode UL, I only want this part here, nothing else. So I say UP for split, UP, and I delete the plane here. So you see, we have just this one, but I know now this is in the wrong direction, because I want to make later for this small pits here, what you see here, this is the small thing. This I did with hair, and I want hair, and the hair would grow now in the wrong direction, because the normals, it would go in the orange direction. So with UR you can invert the normals. This is okay now. This we need later, we don't need it now. But first what I do now is, I want to see, we have this object here, but the axis is here. I want the axis exactly in this middle here, so I use my Magic Center tool, and that's it. The Magic Center tool is a free plugin, link in the description. And if you don't want to use this the script, you have here a Axis Center tool. This you will find here under Mesh, and if you click this, you have the same, everything to 0 and execute. Okay, good, but we don't need this for now. What we need now is a fun thing. I want a disk for the sheets between, so that you see the sheets. A disk, and you see the disk is here, but now we have this exactly this hole. Let's name it hole. And I say reset PSR with the disk as child. Now the disk is exactly here. See, we have our disk here. This is exactly what I want. So, but I want this disk, and inside, so the inner radius. If I go to here and make an inner radius, 5, the inner radius should be, yeah, we have 50 here, 50 looks good. And I want a little thickness on this. So again, this is one of my favorites. At the beginning I never used it, but now I use it everywhere. Very small, 0.1, let's see, with caps. Okay. Now I clone this guy here. I go to I select my PyExtrude generator, Alt key, cloner. And you know the cloner goes here in the Y direction. This is nice, I want it, but I want 0.1 maybe. Let's go closer, maybe 0.2. Let's go closer. Yeah, 0.2 seems to be the 0.1. No, let's try this 0.1. And I want the cloner to down here on the floor, so somewhere like here. And now I need lots of clones. You see? Let's say 500. Come on, 500 is not so much. Okay, you know what? I make 200 and 0.2. And make maybe here for the moment a little 0.2, and then I can go up with the cloner here to 0.4 maybe, 0.3. Okay. 0.3, 2 and more clones. Okay. Let's say I'm happy with this now, but this looks not really interesting at the moment. So let's bring this in. Let's see what we get. It renders quite long. Why does it render? Okay, and what I want now is a random effector. Let's make this here NA, so we hide our meshes. Clone are selected, and I use a random effector. And the random effector will affect the position, but not the Y, only X and Z, but only at, say, 0.2. And if we render this now, we get this effect like we would have this nice sheets. But I want a disk here, and I want this rounder, so if we go to 100 here, and it should make a difference. Yeah. Let's go to the cloner, and we can use, normally we could use radar instances. Then everything should work much faster. Yeah. Let's try this now with the random effector. 0.3, 0.3. So that we see this nice thing here. Is it already? Yeah, it's already done. Yeah. This is a nice one. Really. And of course we can now, if we say this is somehow not what I want, it looks not like I want it, so make here the quality a little better. So you can play with the seed, of course. So add a seed, then you get an, yeah, it looks immediately much better. Okay, this is what I like. Good. And now we can start to texture. That's it. Yeah, what we can make here is to make this even nicer here. Let's go to our Pi extrude generator here. Bring it in the null, Alt G, and under the null I want a bevel deformer. So this could need a little bit now. The bevel deformer should work here. Let's hide out. Oh no, this is the wrong one. This is, oh, yeah, this is the wrong one. I need it on my plane here. This is our floor. So a null here, floor. So I don't need a null here, but it doesn't matter. Oh, but I don't want it here. So select without children, and here in the floor. Bring the bevel. Now I have the bevel deformer here. And 0.2, something else now. Maybe 0.3. So okay. Let's render it. I start with the octane part. It works faster. So first, what we need is some materials. So I make a simple octane. Here I have it. I said I have normally another layout, but a glossy material. Let's start with the gold part here. But yeah, I don't have to do it normally because I have everything for this Let's delete this. I'll show you how this. I go to my live database. Yeah, Patreons can download the materials, the Nikomedia materials on the Patreon side. There are, here I have some more, but the next update will come soon for the patrons. And here, the gold part is, you have here some real metal, and you have gold. But you have it in the normal live database. You have metals too, and here is a gold that works quite nice. See here, gold, 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 gold. This is this one here. And this works quite nice as far as I know. And this one, I think this one is not bad. Let's do it with this so you don't have to use mine. So download it and bring it on the gold here. So, do I have it? So this is the metal part here. Okay, let's see how this looks. And now it looks like nothing, of course. We have nothing to reflect, nothing to light. This is not what we want. Definitely not what we want. So, Nikomedias Scene Rig, yipsy, Octane Rig in this case. And in my Octane Rig I don't need anything, so I don't need a floor, I don't need a background, background yes, but I don't need a floor. Background on, yes, because I want here the whole, when I say background yes, I can make the background dark and I have black hole. And you see the gold now, it looks immediately way better. Okay, and now we'll make a simple red material for this. I don't have a preset because for this we don't need a preset. Glossy material. For this we don't even need a node editor. So diffuse red. I do very rarely something without node editor, but here in draft is a little bit. This is. Oh no, I want some chewing marks too, so let's do it in the node editor. So, whoops. Yeah, it would be better to make the tutorials in 4K, but then I would have much more play. But many people don't have 4K monitors, I wonder. And so let's do it like this. Good, bring this on our pencil. Where is our pencil? This is our pencil. No, this is the rubber. Rubber. And this is the pencil part. So bring it on our pencil. We have a nice red here. I'm immediately happy with this red. Totally fine with it. Looks nice. And I want chewing marks in here, as I said. Okay, so save in between sometimes. Don't forget to save. Node editor. You know what? I bring the node editor here because I need it every time. Shift F12, I think. Yep. Node editor. Octane node editor, yes, and I drag it simply to here. So good. And I make later. Okay, so now it could be that it will crash because in the last times, every time when I used the Cinema 4D noise in here in Octane, it crashed. But I tried it before now with a new driver, with the creator driver, not the game ready driver, and it seems to work now. So let's hope the best. I don't want to use the noise, the Octane noise, because in Octane noise you don't have almost no control. At least I have no control here. So and with this noise I have much more control. So try it. And we need, of course, a displace node. displace node I want, let's say 2K. And if you work with C4D noises or C4D shaders, don't forget to go in the Octane settings, and here in the C4D shader at least go to 2K. And yeah, your CPU cores you can set however you want. I work here with 6 cores, this should be more than enough. And bring the noise inside here, and displacement inside here, not in the opacity. And it works. Good, I need not 10 here. First I go to 0.5. Well, in this case I could go to, no, 0.5 is okay. Okay, and this is not what I want. I want here, first is this too big, 2 centimeters, and I want dense here. Okay, so far so good. And in the dense I want, of course, smaller, 50, and I go in the wrong direction, so I can go with high clip and low clip. I go in the opposite direction, and here the 0. And you see it, okay, that looks much better. And now I play. I don't know with which one here. Play with this high clip here. You see, it gets nice. Doesn't at the moment it does not look all too nice. I know. That's okay, for me at least. And it looks a little sharp, everything. So go to the displacement. And here in the filter type, I go to Gaussian and let's say 10, maybe 20. Now we have nice chewing marks here. Play here with the seed. Okay, this should be okay. Maybe more. We are very nervous people, so is there more? No, 20 is the most. Okay, but it's okay. We can go a little down with maybe 1 here. 1.5. Okay, that's fine. And now I simply copy this material here, control drag it down, and make it black. So for this I don't need a go to black. And now we have here on the pencil we have our tag here, what we made for these edges here. So I bring in on the pencil, and here in the selection I drag in the selection tag. And you see we have exactly the same displacement, of course, because it's the same texture, just with other color. Good, nice. We have this now. And now the paper part. For the paper part, first thing is let's hide our clone. So this is, let's say, sheets. This is so we see the single sheets. So I save this and hide this for the moment, and bring in my paper texture. So I have the paper texture already in my thing here. So this is my paper texture, and I downloaded it. I show you how I did. This is a very easy thing. I found this so easy to do it. I was surprised. We'll see. This is all I did. A little noise, and this is my texture. This is just a photograph of a paper. That's all. And a little roughness. You see, that's all. Here I adjust a little the noise, the size of the noise. I made it a little smaller, but maybe it does not fit for here. So let me see. Drag this on my floor thing here. So let's pi extrude. You see here, and you see immediately it works, but not with the UV mapping. Then we would say, try it with, we have here more than less a cube, try it with a cubic mapping. Works kind of, but not really. So what I need here is a flat mapping. Because of the flat mapping we get this, you will see, so we make a flat mapping. Looks strange at the moment, of course. So stop this for the moment. And make here a camera. We don't need we need an octane camera because we want to make depth of field. So object, octane camera, and good. Hide it. And now I go to my material here, select my pixel material, and go in the material mode. And here I see, if you don't see, this is a little, go here to the projection and say grid. So now in the texture mode, I can rotate the texture. So rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, that's exactly what I want. And what I can do here as well is T for scale. I can scale the texture up. So scale it quite high. So something like that. That looks good. Let's see what we get. We get what we get. We get what we thought we get. So find a nice spot for you. Maybe even bigger. Yeah, this is too big. Let's say something like that. Now bring in our sheets. We have this, but we have of course to texture these two, so these sheets, because now they have no texture on it, so we see this looks more dirty than something else. So what I make is a new material. Can make a diffuse or glossy. Let's make a glossy material. These are the sheets. And yeah, simply the white is okay. Roughness, something like that. And bring it on the cloner. And this looks great. The next step is making this hair things. So for the hair, I do said I don't need the floor for the moment. I need the floor, I don't need the sheets. I need just the hole normally. Yeah, I don't need the floor, I need just the hole. Okay. Good. Now let's grow some hair on the hole. This sounds. You know how it sounds. Let's grow the hair. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! I should really think before I speak. Good. Hair. I select this object. And simulate it here. Okay, I bring it here above there, and it's too long here. Okay. Make the hair short, and of course I don't want it on the vertices, I want it on the polygon area. Go to here to editing and regrow. So okay, looks okay. Could be. And I want to see the hair, not the guidelines. I want to see the hairlines. So these are too many, I think. 1,000 should be more than enough here. And now I want them. The paper color, so something like this, something right. Okay, and then thickness, let's say 0.5 for the moment, and I want it totally frizzed, kinked, and banded and curled and everything. Okay. Now I have to see what this does. So I don't need to see the hole here. See the no, I don't need the sheets. I need the floor here. Okay. And on the hair, I need an object, Octane object deck. Here, render is here, and here. That doesn't matter. I think that this goes over the materials. And let's see what we get. And you get this. They are too long. This is the first thing. Yeah, that's it. Maybe a little thicker. Put the thickness and one by one. No, 0.5 was okay. That's it. So, and for the rubber, I have the rubber material here. Wait, I'll show you how it looks. I think this is a better way to show the material as to make it, because so it's much faster, and you can download the project file. As I said, this is under synthetic. The rubber is here. Yeah, this will be in the next update, of course. And the rubber looks like this here. Looks a little more, but this is not really difficult. It's a blend material, and yeah, I had at the beginning I had some bump inside, but I took the bump out because I did not really like it. So yeah, that's it. So bring it on the rubber thing here. This is the rubber. You see some noise inside here. This little black things. This is because of the amount here. This is a noise, and yeah, this is just for a little, really little. This is a glossy material, a little glossy, but we don't see it almost. So it is, and but if it's not there, you see it. And this is just a diffuse material. Basically, this is just a diffuse material with a scattering medium. Here is an RGB spectrum. This is this here. Float texture for the scattering. Scattering is this here. Here the scattering is this here, so you see it. You can stop it if you want to make it, if you don't want to recreate it. So I show you everything here, and so you can stop it and can recreate it for your own. And here in the RGB spectrum is this. And yeah, this is the whole material. If you want some noise inside, but I have here a pencil that looks exactly like this. It looks so smooth like this. And if you want, just bring some noise here in the bump and here in the bump, and this should work, or even with displacement. Okay, and we more or less recreated this. So let's make here another, let's say 80 maybe. So okay, and let's say we want this whole pencil. Check. I make a null object first. Normally I select everything first and then I group it with in a null with Alt G, but in this case I want it because then I have here the should have here where am I? I'm in texture mode, I can't see that. So here is my gimmick thing. So something like that. And now I have here the whole thing. This is the pencil. And now I make an instance of this pencil simply. So let's see. I see here. I think this render instances this works not with Octane, so I have to go back to instances later. So, but now I select my pencil null, make an instance, and drag the instance somewhere here and here. Rotate it a little bit so that it does not look the same. Not so. Good. This means I have to make. Yeah, the null is on the floor now. Of course. Yeah, this cannot work. No problem. I bring this out here. Delete this. So I have to make the null. Come on, so I need a new mouse. This makes every time a double click. So I select all of them. Now Alt G. Now the null is in the middle of all our objects here. Now I can make an instance. E. Move it to here. Move it to here. Rotate it a little bit. So. And we have our thing. That's it. Yeah, little thing again. We go to the focus here and say the focus should be, let's say, somewhere here. Okay, then we can go in the tag here, in the camera tag. Actually, let's try 10 here in this case. So we see already something. 15. Focuser. And now we have here depth of field at the front and at the back, and we have our wonderful scene, and that's it. You see, this is not really heavy to do. This is all. Oh, what I said is this here. Let's bring the sheets, and go to instances, because this looks too normal somehow. That should look a little more distorted, huh? Yeah, now it looks better. It looks more distorted. But do we see the hair really? So go to the hair material here. 1. Now we see the hair. Okay, maybe a little darker. A little darker, not dark. %. 90%. Yeah, okay. Now we are done. Now I like it. Good, this was the Octane part. And now let's make the physical render part. It's exactly the same. It's almost easier. The only thing we cannot do is with this Turing marks. If we want to do them with the displacement, we have to subdivide this very high. guys, because we need the subdivisions in the physical render. But we can do this. They are in the, you see they are in a depth of field more than less, but here we see it nicely. So we can use maybe a bump map too. Otherwise, let's see how we do this. Okay, this is the octane part. Now I delete here everything except the hair. The hair we can use. Rubber, bye bye. Octane, take bye bye. You are not anymore an octane camera. Jack, bye bye. Octane rig, bye bye. Whoops. So, okay. Save it. And now, let's start with the red and black. So, the pencil is okay. We need double click here a red material, which is quite a simple thing. Red, little dark here. Okay, nice. On our pencil here. Then maybe a little more. So, okay. Same material, just in black. Onto here. Okay. Now let's try it with the camera is okay here, so I make a protection deck. And let's see if we can make some chewing things here. You have to go to low chair, and of course, when let's stay slow. When the same here, when we render this, we don't get anything nice. So we need here exactly the same with reflections and lighting and everything, of course. Okay, this looks, but I will make now a simple gold material. Everybody knows meanwhile how simple it is to make a gold material in the physical render. Go to the reflectance. No color, no nothing. Just make a glossy here. We don't need that. This is the only one. Here in the Fresnel, go to conductor, and we have a gold in here. Vadum, that's it. And here a little. I make more roughness here, so 20, and that's it. The metal part on it. So, and now let's see what we get here. So, this looks like this now. Of course, this does not render so fast, but we know this. Okay, and now let's bring in the Nikomedias Scene Rig, of course, but not here with, we don't need a floor. Okay, background we need. Let's see how this looks now. Simply and GI. Let's see, let's wait a little bit and let's see how this looks now. Show us something. Okay, and that looks much better. We will go here to the camera. Whoopsie. Let's bring this in. Let's make it with go to the low GI physical and go to a fixed here and say 2.5 for the moment. Render it. Let's see it again. It should. Yeah, it needs of course a little to render because we have here one very high in smash, but yeah, it looks immediately nice. Good. And yeah, but I wanted to know if we can make some chewing marks here. So I delete first the black material again because I copy it later if the marks work. I try it with a bump map, simply bump map. So I don't have to subdivide the pencils. Let me see, I want here. Where are you? My dance. I want my dance. And again, wrong directions. Okay, you see, we immediately see we don't need a displacement map here. That's great. That's really nice. Let's see. I don't know. Works the blur offset here? That would be nice, because then we have not so. Yeah, it works. Back to 20, 50. Oh, it works not. 90. This is too much. 80. Don't work with the offset, work with the scale. Does the scale something? 100. 50. 10. 20. This is a little too sharp for me. I don't want it so sharp. We can try to make it here. Less contrast. Yeah. But the dents are sharp. Maybe less octaves gives us just less things. So cannot really blur it here. But doesn't matter, it works here. So when we see it in the depth of field, so we can try a different noise, of course. Yeah, and immediately it looks better. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you can play with this later with your own texture. Let's see what could work. Yeah, but this with less octaves. Yeah, okay, this here it works, so we do not really need a file noise, but it was nice. So, and bring more in of them. So, okay, let's see if that's okay. Good, we can play with the seeds. Okay. The nice thing, yeah, I think so. I like this. I like it really. It's nice. Yeah, here we see something. Okay, that's okay. Good. Rubber material. Shift F8. I mean, the rubber material is here different. I use this one, but I see I have some other. I'll try this one maybe like that. And this one maybe. So I'll try some. This was mine on my original one. Let's see how this looks here. Yeah, it looks very much like rubber, but of course here I've worked with the here I see that it looks different, the noise here when we render it. So I worked of course in Photoshop with tools to bring it to make it nicer, so you can do it in Photoshop, but this rubber it looks nice. So what we see here, the material somehow it looks different here, huh? It looks, well, it's in the wrong direction. What do you say? darker one. Yeah, maybe bigger. And we need the black, of course, too. Yeah, we can make the bump, of course, higher too. So, okay. And now we need this copy of this material with black color, as we said before, and bring it immediately here. So, yep, works, you see, works great. And now the paper part. Paper part. Of course I have the paper here too. Wink, 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 wink. Paper, paper, paper here. So, but first I wanna see how to this. We have this, some other materials. This misc plastic of mine. Here we have a bump in it, so let's see. That looks nice too. Don't say I made a rubber material and I already have a nice one. Just have to go to the subsurface scattering and change the colors to something. Don't know. So, yeah, correct, something green, of course. So, wait. I have every time a problem with finding something. Yeah, that could be. Yeah. And this just a little darker. Yeah, that would work totally too. And let's try this one in blue. But I'd stay with my original one. Nice. The materials came out very good. So we can change this later on again a little bit, but now this one, and now let's make the paper part. Shift F8 again. Bring in, I already brought it in, so. Sheets, no, floor. And here we have now the big advantage. This is already set to flat mapping, and then it has the right size and everything because of before, so it should work everything fine here now. So I don't render the pencils now at the moment, and I don't render the pencils because it should render faster than. Let's see, should. Yeah, it's immediately nice. Great. But somehow, yeah, I missed the sheets, of course. I wanted to say somehow I missed the sheets. So these ones, and we have to texture these too, of course. So make this is just a white color with so, and this comes to the sheets. Should work. This should work, but it does not really work. Yeah, we don't see here because I think we have to add hair. Yeah, I have no hair renderer here, so effects, hair renderer. So this should give us now the hair. was, oh, so, da-da. Okay, they're definitely here, but I know what's happened. I think we don't need any ambient occlusion here, because the GI makes the ambient occlusion now should be enough for the ambient occlusion. Let's see. No ambient occlusion. Yeah, that looks better. But somehow it's too dark. Let's go to the material. The material here, it should be white. 100% white. So the 100%. Yeah, now that's better. That is definitely better. So we have this, we have this, we have the sheets. Let's see the sheets. This is still a little dark. Make it totally white. Yeah, now it looks better. But the hair is maybe too many or too thick. I think too thick. And I think they were too thick, but too many too here. So go to the hair and bring in this 500. Now you can see how I work. Yeah. Good. Somehow this is, but this is maybe because it's a little dark in here somehow. Yeah, I can easily make this with, here is the Brilliant 10, we can add a little luminance. But I don't want it in illumination, so illumination, generate GI, no, I just want brighter. I don't want that it generates GI. That makes it even worse. That's a little strange. Let's see why this is so. We will get it. I'm sure we find this green texture does not matter, but we don't need it here. So something is okay. First is we don't need luminance here. We don't. And let's go down here a little bit with, so that maybe it renders a little faster. 1.5. But it renders fast, it prepares just longer. Ah, that looks now better. This looks now how I want it. So let's go back with the camera. Let's see again if it looks okay. Yeah, we have to make a nicer render here. So, you know what? I go here to the middle GI, but in the middle GI, I again disable ambient occlusion for the moment, and let's make a simple render here. Let's see how this looks with the middle settings. It's just the preparing and it needs some time. The render itself, you see, is very fast. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Okay. Good. Bring back our pencils. Whoop. and make here a render. Preparation time, and this needs a little longer because of the subsurface scattering here. Okay, the marks are maybe a little too harsh, but I want to see how we can get rid of. But this is okay like this. Ah, we can let it. This is okay. But what I don't want is I want everything here, but depth of field. We need depth of field. So let's go and say with this point, but the depth of field should still work with this one because the Octane camera uses exactly the same. It uses just in the live view, it uses just this area. So this should work already. So, but what we have to do is in the render settings, in the physical render, you have to say depth of field. And now we have to go into physical, and here quite low. Let's try 0.1 here. As lower you go, as more depth of field you get. Maybe we see it here in the preview. Depth of field. Yeah, we see. Okay, we get some depth of field. And render this. Come on. So render this. Reading. You see the preparation needs 10 seconds or something, 12 seconds, and the render itself goes quite fast. This is too much depth of field. We don't see lots from our holes here. So let's go to 0.5. So it's again a 2-hour thing. I think that it needs to look okay. I showed both ways for the metal part, but 2 hours is totally okay. Kind donation, and so we don't hurry. Yeah, now we have a wonderful depth of field. Maybe a little too much bump here, so let's go back to 30 and let's render it again. In the meantime, thanks again, Peter. Very, very nice, and greetings to Germany. And let's see. I hope you are satisfied with this tutorial. If you're not, so just tell me and tell me what you want to know more or something else. This chewing marks should be less, yeah. They're definitely less. Okay, we are done. Okay, I'll pause it and make an even higher render, and let's see. I go here to high GI without illumination, ambient occlusion, and did I add here? Ah, I forgot here the hair. That was I forgot in the middle. I forgot the hair. Of course, there are no hair here. So don't forget it. Hair renderer, and here the same. Chuck. Hair renderer. Oop. Hey, come on, hair renderer, and depth of field. Don't forget depth of field. Okay, I am back in a second. So okay, I don't need. You see, we have very nice material, so this is great. And here everything is fine, but I think we are just too close for doing that. But I think we could make more the sheets more prominent here. So and this is a quite easy thing. So let's stop this one. Let's go back to low GI here. And if you want this, let's go to here. You simply go to the sheets cloner, so the random effector here, and in the parameter 0.5, here 0.5, then we should see it more, you see. So without the random effector it looks like this, with the random effector it looks like this. So and let's see how this looks now. This is maybe it's really a little too close, everything. So bring this down here, so. And I want to see something. This is so yeah, I want to see something with the background here. I think this is better. So back with the tag, save it and make a quick render. Yep, that looks good. I want a black background. You see, we have a white background. So I go to here, background, chagung. More space would be nice. So here, black background should work. See. Yep. Okay, and now I make with this high render. Let's see. First the middle render. Render it. I don't know if the depth of field is now okay because we changed the camera. So yeah, this is definitely not okay, the depth of field. So go to the camera, go to this arrow and arrow, so not arrow, so okay, so like this and render. Yeah, I like this. I like this, yay. Looks great. Yeah. This is perfect, more than less. Maybe if this is a little too dark for you, that you can change this in Photoshop later on, but or you simply go to the sheets. This should be possible if I go to the sheet here and make just really a little. This is sheets, so that just a little luminance, really just a little, so 20 maybe. 40, just a little 40. And no GI. Don't generate GI. See what this changes. It definitely changes a lot. See, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. Now they may be a little too pronounced here, so let's go to the random effector, back to 0.3. Render this again. This is a quite nice thing because we can change everything here. This is except the metal part. But if you do this just with the volume builder, you can even change the metal part every time you want. Yeah, that does not so many, but I think that the 0.5 was better. Okay, so I am ready. I will make now a higher resolution render. I'm back in a second. So I'm back. So this was now, you see the render 1.5 minutes is nothing. here. This was the one high render, but this was not really enough depth of field. Then I made another one. This was still not enough depth of field for me, and then this is this. I have a little depth of field on the whole, but not here. This is exactly what I like. This is my final render now. Okay, as I said, if this is too dark for you, then you can simply go to Photoshop. It's a camera raw filter. Bring out some blacks, bring out some depth, and so. But maybe I make a separate tutorial once just for Photoshop to show how I make the post work mostly. So this will then be maybe only a Photoshop tutorial, just to show you how you can make easy post work, and then how you render with passes and masks and everything, so that you can change maybe here the color or something else. You can make everything in Photoshop later. Yeah, I think this is not an uninteresting thing. Okay, so we are done, and yeah, 2 hours again. It's unbelievable how fast time is going by. It's frightened. Okay, good. If you have questions on something else, please write me here in the comments, or my Facebook group, or write me an email, or my Facebook site. On Facebook is mostly or email is mostly the quickest way to get an answer. And yeah, as I said, patrons already can download this project file on the Patreon site, and then you will get, of course, the paper texture and everything that you need as well. And an update for the texture pack will come soon too. Then I work on updates for the OCTANE Rig, and this is the Nikomedias Scene Rig, the physical render rig. And there will come new features and some more, what can I say, something to make everything easier and faster, and yeah, for guys like me, and for in first line for lazy guys like me. So, okay. Thanks again to Peter, and hopefully to see you next time. And yeah, write me in the comments what you think about the tutorials. Write me if we should make it in 4K. It would be make for me something easier, because I can work easier, but it's not necessary. So I totally continue in 1080p too. So yeah, of course 1080p. It's the good thing is it's faster to upload. Yeah. I don't want to know how long YouTube needs to bring this in 4K then. At this time you wait almost an hour until you get it in 1080p. Okay. Yeah, the next tutorial, I don't know when I do it, so think on weekend. And yeah, I work on a more part tutorial, so a multi-part tutorial too. Yeah, and yeah, but I never can say, I never can promise when I do the next tutorial, because every time something comes in between, and yeah, I am such a poor guy. I have to do everything I get. So I cannot choose between what I want to do and what not. Good. That's it for now. I wish you a nice day, a nice evening, a nice whatever. I have tomorrow a day off, so we in Austria have day off. And yeah, that's nice. But tomorrow I will again relax on my new Chronos. So good. We see us hopefully next time, and if you have questions, requests, complaints, just contact me, and you will find everything in the description. Yeah, this is one thing I wanted to do soon. I will make all the link plugins and everything not in the description. I make an own site on my website, and so then you can very relaxed search on my website for the plugins or tutorials or something else. Because I know it is a little it's not nice to in the description to read don't know, 5 sites description or a meter long description. Okay, so my friends, I hope you liked it, and I am ready now. I think I cannot stop so fast because I every time think that I forgot something, but I don't think that I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that. If you wanna donate, you find a link in the description. If you wanna support me on Patreon, you find a link in the description. Yeah. Meanwhile, there are more than 100 project files on Patreon, so patrons from €5 and above can download every project file. Of course, you can say, haha, Nico, I pay €5 now, download everything what's on the page, and then I cancel. Of course, you can do it. If you can sleep well, then okay. So, I wish you a wonderful day, and so see you for the next time. And if you want to know something, if you want to, whatever you want, just contact me. Okay, so tschüss und baba.